People from bad neighborhoods. What unwritten rules do you follow to stay safe? Walk like you've got some serious places to be. Keep close track of your body language so you don't look like the kind of person who'd be easy to intimidate. Bonus points for a slightly crazy look. Make sure to project the message that ducking with you is gonna be more trouble than it's worth, even if realistically they could take you out in one hit. Hahaha, one time I was in a rough neighborhood but I had to vacuum my car and top off my water, so I stopped at a gas station that had dry vacuuming. I noticed a lot of meth addicts and hustlers were in the area asking gas pump patrons for cash. I pretended to have a twitch and was talking to myself and arguing out loud. When one of the panhandlers walked past me, I actually asked him to spare some change and he ignored me. It was kind of glorious. I was a degenerate and it was awesome. Why did you have to stop in a bad neighborhood just to vacuum? I always double check if I lock my car door, and also never have anything valuable in the car. My car got broken into once, but I'm not sure if I locked the car or not, but I'm certain I did. So now that's why I have to double check rule. They took my backpack with my calculator in it and my whole change holder. I don't even keep change in my car anymore. Doesn't matter. They'll just shatter the window if you lock your doors if they want something. Leaving your doors unlocked saves you $300 per new window. Yep, this is the real bad neighborhood tip. Don't leave anything valuable in your car, and leave it unlocked so when they do break in they don't smash your windows doing it. I always found it super weird that friends from a nicer area would look at me like a superhero for growing up in a rough part. It's pretty simple. Mind your own duck-eyeing business. Don't walk around with flashy jewelry or anything that makes you look like a walking ATM. Keep in mind your exact location and time. After you get the gist that Murder Hill isn't some neat little nickname, it's simple to root around it. If you are engaged by random walks of life, be friendly. Shake a hand. Ask how they are. You got a pack of smokes sticking out of your pocket. Offer one. I had one instance where being friendly and a little ballsy got me out of a jam. Walking to get some smokes when a guy walks up trying to rob me. All I said was, "Look man, I am not trying to duck around. I'm going to grab some smokes. I got enough for that and some beers. Let me get you a 40 and I'll throw you some smokes." He was a bit confused, but next thing I know we're down on the corner with some big mouths while he apologized and we shot the shit. Edit. Forgot another big one. My bad. Say you buy a new TV, computer, etc. Do not put that box out with the trash. Take it to a nearby dumpster or something. It's basically a billboard that you just bought a new TV. We call them window shoppers. People that may not originally be up to no good see that you must have bought a new TV and bam, they now know what you got, that it's new, where it's at, and they'll find a way if they want it. Also, write down those serial numbers. You seem like a pretty cool dude. I try to be, I really do. I'm not from a bad neighborhood, but used to live in a not so great area many years ago. A few things that I learned. Look, act, walk like you belong there and be confident. Don't stop for people, especially if you get a bad vibe. A creepy "don't mess with me" smile can go a long way. Use your instincts. If you're leaving your car, even for just a moment, turn it off and lock it. Last week the Indian food delivery guy got his car stolen right in front of my apartment building because he left it running to deliver my food. He was out of his car for 1-2 minutes. Who the hell leaves their car open and running without having it in their sight? That's wildly optimistic. Wear headphones. Don't put music on though. Panhandlers leave you alone because they think you can't hear them. And if shit goes down you're not oblivious. Great what to avoid pushy mall kiosk salespeople as well. I do this sometimes in my own house when I just want some quiet. Certainly buried, but drive a stick shift. Most people don't know how. If they try to steal your car at most you'll end up with a broken window. Only in America, though. In Europe everyone drives stick. Never don't lock a door behind you when there are weekly break-ins. Sometimes a locked door is enough to make someone try the next house. It annoys the hell out of my very white husband when I do this, but I just don't feel safe without making sure everything is locked. Edit. I'm getting a lot of flack for the use of a double negative. I'm not changing it, because that's the way I speak. I apologize if this somehow offends anyone, but it isn't incorrect. It annoys the hell out of my very white husband when I do this. Today I learned albinos don't like locked doors. My girlfriend's family has never locked their doors unless they are on vacation. Every day from 9-3 their doors are open with no one in the house, and unlocked 24/7 even when they're home. White people are weird. This work in France. Don't know about America or else. No eye contact unless someone speaks to you. Never show any kind of fear, ever, while walking on the streets. Look strong, confident, maybe angry or hurry. Works too. Never change side of the street at the last moment. It shows fear or disrespect. If a group of guys comes to you, speak normally. Relax. Some jokes can work. Act with them like you would with rational and kind people. I even once asked them for help. Say your first name at some point. Of course. Don't show you got an iPhone in your hand and Ray-Ban on your nose. Obviously, you live in the neighborhood. You're part of their territory, clan or tribe or whatever they may think about it. Make sure they realize it soon enough. I always say hi, show my face. Most important, don't get involved unless someone is in danger. Don't forget, they see themselves as predators. If you look like a prey, they attack. Even if you're short, weak, afraid and obviously you don't have any chance of winning. If you seem confident enough, they'll not see you as their next target. To stay safe there are 2 big rules I follow. Mind your own. No one likes a concerned citizen. You don't stare at anyone. You don't say shit to anyone. You don't try to get involved in others' affairs. If you are in for the night, stay in. Some other good tips. If you have nothing valuable in your car, keep it unlocked. If you have a gun, make sure it is loaded and one is in the chamber at all times. I've seen people killed over coking an unloaded shotgun to intimidate people who had real guns. Make sure you fly neutral colors or the city's sports team's banners. I grew up in Memphis and I've seen folks with clippers shit on their car get their windows smashed in. I lived in a bad neighborhood in Indianapolis and have seen people with Patriot stuff get beaten within an inch of their life. Let people know that you don't have anything, but don't go out and say it. Sometimes folks might ask you an Xbox game or a certain TV to kind of feel what kind of stuff you had. I made sure that the people asking knew that I still sported a CRT and an old Dell laptop. My real shit was kept in the floorboards while I was away. Go to college near Ghettoville, Phoenix and you cannot wear red or blue. Yeah, those ASU fans really don't like our Wildcat colors up there. Spend the night at friends' houses as much as possible. Walking alone at night is a big no-no. Mind your business. Edit. The following was written for when you're in a shot situation. You're in a bad place. Your car broke down and you have to walk. Obviously, people, it's best to just not be there. But if you're there, you're there. Deal. Sometimes sink or swim is march or die. Somewhere lower a guy wrote, have a big dog on a choker chain. Great advice. But if you're from Detroit you know that already. Living in New Orleans I owned and carried a .40 SWVE. I am glad I never had opportunity to fire it at anything breathing, but I tell you I was glad for its presence on more than one occasion. There are people out there that can't be reasoned with or run from or intimidated. Most people in bad neighborhoods though are just poor people who want the same peace and quiet as anyone else. Hijacking this comment to save a life someday. Maintain situational awareness. Eyes up and open. Look people in the eye where they look, and if they look away trumpets their intentions. Know your location. Listen and look for hazards. Potential weapons. Nearest safe spot. Kids playing unafraid. You're probably cool. Street light put out by an alley. It's for a reason. Multiple gang tags covering one another. Warzone. People get quiet when you walk by. Keep stepping. Next, don't look like a victim. You don't have to be Rambo, but just having your head up, chest out and hands out your pockets and walking confidently and with a purpose shows you're not to trifle with. Someone you don't know asks for a smoke or the time, give them a contemptuous or duck off look. Do not smile. Grew up near one of the toughest towns in the USA. Lived in two of them. Predators pick on the weak, but they don't know who is weak before they strike. Don't be a limping zebra. So what you're saying is, pocket sand. Don't make eye contact, but also don't avoid looking at someone. Walk with confidence, but don't walk with too much. Walk at a speed like you have somewhere to be, but not so fast that you look like you are going to be late. When I get into my car, I lock the doors immediately, and mind your own business. No staring. Walk with purpose. Confidence but not cockiness. But what if I'm filming a prank? Then GP and get the beating you deserve, you dipshit. When you see a road that's blocked off with, say, a shopping cart or trash can in the middle of the road, if you can't drive around it, don't get out and move it. Just go down a different road. Edit. Short explanation. Get out of your car. Get robbed, jumped, killed, etc. If you're a targeted person, or in a gang, it's a drive-by setup. Watch the ground as I walk so I don't accidentally step on a used needle. Almost happened today. This also helps you not break your mama's back. Can the needles end up penetrating runner sneakers? Mainly suburbanites with no idea how to behave in bad neighborhoods. Mind your own business. Don't stare at sketching things going down. Keep your phone away and the headphones out of your ears. Keep your valuables hidden if you have a wad of cash. Keep most of it put away so someone doesn't see it when you open your wallet at the convenience store. Don't stare at your feet. Keep your eyes up and pay attention to your surroundings. Walk with confidence, like you have every right in the world to be where you are. Make eye contact, just enough to acknowledge the other person, but don't stare people down. Don't wander into sketchy situations. Head for well-lit places where people are around if things don't feel right. When in doubt, trust your gut. Don't carry a weapon unless you're prepared to use it and know how to do so. Know where you are and where you are headed. That is, don't get lost. If you do get lost, don't act lost. Head for an open business and check your phone for directions there. Check the backseat of your car before getting in. Lock the doors. Start the car, and put it into gear before doing anything else. Don't stare. But I must assert my dominance. Unless you want your dominance shoved up your ass, I suggest not asserting it. Don't take the same route every day. Saved my ass twice. They were waiting for me. They who? How did you know they were waiting if you were not there? If you are white, speak with a Russian accent. Don't forget Russians are the scariest white people. You think this bad neighborhood? You think this bad neighborhood? Don't go outside at night. Past 8 to be perfectly safe-ish. If you hear gunshots, crawl under the covers because no one can get you under there. Never drive a nice car / truck, bike, moped, scooter / skateboard, magic carpet. Your shit will get stolen by the dudes down the street. Move before you have kids, etc. Move the duck out. The gunshot one made me laugh. I always did that as a kid. Same thing with helicopter spotlights. Under the blanket I go. As an Arab, what else am I supposed to do with my magic carpet? Don't check your phone to check the time. If someone comes up and asks you what time it is, tell him you don't have a watch or anything. Don't stare at people. If someone tries to start something, tell him you're in a hurry and keep walking. Be careful of where you are when you take out your wallet for anything. Where you put it. I used to put in a small pocket I wore under my shirt. Don't look lost. Walk with a quick enough pace. A weird advice for me is, try to know some of the guys from the neighborhood, either by playing sport, eating in some places in the neighborhood, etc. You're less likely to be ducked with once people know you're living around here in most case. Also help to realize some of the shadier looking guys are actually not that bad. I did relief work in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. I was staying in a dorm with a bunch of volunteers from all over, on Caffeine Ave in the 9th Ward. I'm just a hillbilly from Was State, Oregon, plates on my car. 9th Ward is by no means a great place before the hurricane, and after. Really kinda scary. There was a drug dealer who used to stand on the corner, across from where we all stayed. We had about 20 cars out, and we're always worried about our shit being broken into, especially since we all had plates from different states. Some people kept talking about how they were afraid the drug dealer was going to break into our cars. Finally, after a week of this, I took an ice cold water bottle out, walked up to the guy, and said hi, gave him the water, told him why we were there, asked how his family was. He was super nice, and said he was wondering what we all were doing. Offered to watch our cars. Said nobody would mess with us or our rides. In the 3 months that I stayed there, not one bad thing happened to us in a crime-ridden area. They are people too. Those who live in bad neighborhoods. If you treat them like people, they just might have your back. Anyway, that's my little story. Lovely. Best comment of the day. One time a homeless man saved me from a mugging. Usually bought him a bag of chips and a drink whenever I went to fill up my car, as he usually slept just outside the gas station bathrooms. As I'm pumping my car, a man in basketball shorts and a red Puma jacket approached me asking for some change. Being the nice guy I reached into my pocket and pulled out my wallet. Dude literally just grabs it and bolts. Thomas the homeless guy runs after the dude and tackles him not even 4 meters away from where I was standing. Haven't seen Thomas in a long time. I'm afraid he's either dead or the store owner just got sick of him and kicked him out, but I'm also hopeful he just got a job and is happy.